So, yesterday was the quarter quash, and today it's going to be a longer video. Because I wanted to do that sort of coding thing on camera again. Anyway, so you may be wondering what this icon here is. Well, it's a speed effect icon, and that's because I'm adding effects. You know that comment by Daniel Titelenko, which said that I should add a booster gate? Well, I have decided that I will. And here's what it looks like, and it's animated as well. And it looks cool, I think. Anyway, so when you walk through this, you'll get the speed effect. And this is a modifiable system that will let me add more effects later on, which is really cool. And it shows that I'm thinking ahead, which is... yeah, it's great. Anyway, we have the art in the game, and now I'm going to code it in, and I have no idea what I'm doing, so let's just begin, shall we? Okay, since the effects can only be found on the player, why not put them inside the player script? So, what do we want to achieve with the effects? Well, we want to be able to give the player an effect. So we can send a signal to the player, and the player will receive that signal. So the player will receive signal from whatever gives the effect, and will gain the effect. All the effects will be listed in an array, which will make it a bit more simple to store all the effects in, I believe. Anyway, I think that's basically all we need. No. The effects need to have a timer for how long they go for. Okay, so where do we begin with this? Well, we need an array listing the effects, and I forgot what type of brackets the array uses. Okay, it uses a square brackets. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I keep thinking it's the round brackets, but I never remember. Okay, now we can type var. Let's call this active effects, because we want to have a list of all the active effects, so calling active effects makes the most sense, I think. Anyway, now we'll put the square brackets here to represent the empty array, and we'll be putting the effects into this. Okay, now we need a list of all the effects. How do we do that? Let me think. Probably a dictionary of all of them would be best. Surprisingly, I do actually remember what the types of brackets are for dictionaries, because they're a bit more unique. It's the curly brackets, yeah. I think that's right. Anyway, so of course our first effect will be speed. And we're going to add some properties to speed. Okay, so first of all we probably need the duration of the effect. So how long does it go for? In my opinion, speed should go for a very short amount of time, because like you're running and stuff, so it should go for a short amount of time. So we'll need to put speech marks around this, or quotation marks, or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, a good balanced amount will probably be 5 seconds. Let's just go with 5 seconds. Okay. What else do we need here? Perhaps we should have the strength of the speed. You know, like how in Minecraft it goes up to 255? Well, what if we put like the strength here? Wait, this is actually good. And then we go to my global.platforming speed, and then we times it by... how do you get something from an array? No, it's a dictionary. It's a dictionary. It's a dictionary. I keep mixing them up. I don't know why. Alright, so I searched up how to take something from a dictionary and use it in multiplication. And here, it says we can access it using bracket notation or dot notation. Okay, well that is very helpful. And here I've written it out, and it should work. Effects.speed.strength would find us what we need, and it would only be active when the speed is in the active effects, so it should remain as 150 when it is not, unless I've done something terribly wrong. Anyway, I think we can scroll down here and cross off all the effects will be listed in an array. Alright, let's do the timer. We need to make the duration do something. Alright. Godot, how to put something from a dictionary in an array. So there's apparently this method called .append, which is interesting. So we have .append, and then we have the rounded brackets, so that adds to my confusion. Then we have the dictionary name, then we have the item. Okay, so basically whenever we get it, then we put it in there, and then we can set a timer, and then we remove it once that timer is done. Okay, I've got one more thing to search up as well. Now I'm asking to remove something, which is basically just the same thing, except it's arrays instead of append, which is interesting. Well, you learn something new every day. It's not like I actually learned anything new today until now, but you know, it's like it's fun to learn new stuff. Anyway, now we are making the booster gate, which will give you the speed effect. And this is the most boring part of Godot, which is messing around with the nodes. Anyway, so here we have a... No, not a sprite. What am I thinking? An animated sprite 2D. Anyway, let's create new sprite frames. Let's open the sprite frames. Let's not add a new animation, because we already have one. Let's... Okay. Booster. We'll set this to 1, vertical to 1, horizontal to 2, then we have 2. Now we have a booster gate. I have a feeling we're going to need to change its scale by 2, so I might as well do it now. Then we'll add a collision shape, rectangle for it should work fine. Okay, and that's basically all we need. Yeah, we'll set the animated sprite 2D to autoplay. And let's just check that it's not moving too fast. Okay, it is moving too fast. Let's make it 3 frames per second instead of 5. That's a bit too fast. We'll do 1 frame per second. No, that's a bit too slow. We'll do 2 frames per second. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. We have got a new script, and I don't need this stuff at the moment. I don't need this stuff, Godot. Why do you keep giving me this free stuff? Oh yeah, I probably need that extends area 2D part. Okay. When player touches, give player speed, set speed timer. When timer up, remove effect. Well, that seems like a logical plan of action. Okay, let's connect a signal then. Area entered. No, it's body entered. You know, one time I got those mixed up, and I suffered for it later on when coding. Anyway, so we can remove this comment now. We don't need it. Okay. Now we get to do the actual code. Okay, well, we've searched up the .append stuff. Godot, how to add something to an array in another script. Method 1, using an autoload. No, I don't want to add an autoload just for this. Method 2, referencing a node in the scene tree. Export. Well, the problem with this is that every time I'm going to have to set it when I drag it into a scene. Wait a moment. No, I don't. What am I thinking? No, I just drag it in once. And then it will work. 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 Or we could use the custom resource, I guess. Which is, I guess. But like, I think referencing it in the scene tree is fine for what I'm trying to achieve here. Yeah, we'll use add export. Okay, we'll write the variable here. Export the, oh yeah, we need to put a space here, good practices. Export var target node. And then we can just put node, I believe. And then we'll set it to the player in the inspector. It isn't appearing in the inspector. It isn't appearing in the inspector. So what am I doing with my life? Because it's not appearing in the inspector. What have I done wrong here? Oh, well, I don't care. Okay, anyway. Func. Add. Oh, wait, no, I need to put that func somewhere else. Yeah, let's just write null here for now. And func add potion effect. Oh, yeah, this is Boostigate. We can just put add speed. Anyway, on body enter, we just add speed. That's a function. Why am I creating a different function for this? I don't know. I guess just to make it a bit different, you know. Oh, wait, the target node is appearing. No, wait. Oh. It only allows nodes in the scene tree. Godot, when I export a target node, it only lets me add nodes in the scene tree. In Godot 4, exporting a node variable only allows you to select nodes that already exist inside your current scene tree. If you want to assign a node or a strip that is not in the scene tree, then like a file from your res folder, you must export it as a pack scene or a resource instead. Oh, I didn't think of that. I actually didn't think of that. Usually I'm sarcastic when I talk like this, but I'm not this time. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this then. Okay. Well, we're using a script, right? We're using a script. Okay, let's change this node to a packed scene. Now, if I'm correct, we will be able to get the player. Oh, yeah. No, I'm in the wrong folder. Okay. And we need Boxman Platformer. And that should work. Yep. Okay. Godot, how to add something to an array in the script of a packed scene? You must instantiate the scene into memory first. Oh, okay, so we put load, and then we put the scene in the load, and then, wait a moment, why am I doing this? It's an area 2D. Why can't I just do if body is player, because there's a player group. No, there is a player group. Oh, it's lowercase. It's lowercase. Is in group player. And that should work. What do you mean use .call? Godot is telling me that I need to use .call. What's going on? Uh. Oh. Oh. Yep, that should fix it. Wait, it's telling me that I need to add an colon after the if condition. But I have. It's literally right here. What have I done wrong? Oh. Oh. Yep. Identify a player not declared in current scope. I've gone through this many times before. Well, I think we need speech marks here, or quotation marks, or whatever. Okay, and everything's fixed, Okay, well, once the player touches it, the add speed function will run. So that's something, I suppose. That's something. Okay. Let's add that speed now. Let's add that speed. Hey, wait a moment. If speed in body, I can just check if something's in the body. Yeah, I'm cutting the add speed function. If body has active effects. No, I did it the wrong way. If active effects in body dot active effects dot append, and then we have body dot effects. Then we put the square brackets. Then we put speed. And this is what we call complex code. Okay, so it should be adding speed. Now here's where we're going to keep this rolling. So we'll set a timer called var timer dot new equals. Oh yeah, this needs to be the other way around. Okay. Then we have timer dot wait time. And then I think we can do this. Equals body dot effects. Then we have speed dot duration. And that should work. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, this should probably have an underscore. Anyway, back to panicking. Well, maybe like it said on Google, maybe we remove these. Then we remove the duration part. Does that work by itself? Wait. What if we just put this inside here? Oh. That works? But we don't have the duration. What if we just... Oh, there's no warning. Wait. Does that mean that works? I think it works. I think that's how it works. Oh, okay. Okay. And we should probably remove this variable. And then we put await. Await. And then we put get tree. And then we put dot create timer. And then does this work? Yeah, guys, I'm gonna do a bit of the behind the scenes stuff here and figure it out by myself. So I'll be back in like, I don't know, 10 minutes anyway, bye. Okay, guys, I figured out the problem. So basically, what I needed to do was this. And I don't really understand why. Like, yeah, I was close to getting it. Anyway, so we erase them here, which I added as well because I might as well finish it off. And anyway, so. Oh, I need to save the scripts. Case. Save as boostergate.gd. Okay. Okay. Okay, we can remove this now. Okay. Give the player an effect. The player will receive a signal from whatever gives the effect and will gain the effect. Wait, why does my voice sound weird? Okay, I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so let's do this. Gordo, how to detect when something is in an array? Well, there's the has method apparently. So, that's nice. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like, and what function would I put it in? Oh, we can also use in. That's interesting to know. Okay, I'll put it in process. Yep, I'll put it in process. Not physics process for some reason. Yeah, I'm a big physics process main, and I don't really use process, but I guess I have to this time. Anyway, if speed in active effects. Okay, we'll just put no and check if it works. Yes, okay. The warning is fine. The warnings are fine. I'll put an underscore before the delta since we don't use it, and that warning will disappear, and this null warning will disappear when we add code into it. Also, I'm sitting on the floor for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, so let's do this. So we want the... Wait a moment. No, wait. We'll copy this. We'll remove this. And we'll put it here. That's a genius idea. That's actually one of the best ideas I've ever had. Actually, I think it's working now. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Wait, I'm going to put this stuff in the game now. Okay, here we are in the game. I can confirm the booster gate is here. It looks a bit zoomed in, but don't worry, it's more zoomed out. And you can actually see the UI in the actual game. Anyway, we're going to touch this. And we appear to go faster. Wait, I'm going to set it to a really high amount. Just so I can check. Okay. So let's go here and let's set the speed strength to... Where was it? Okay, strength. Let's set it to 100. We should go plummeting into the wall if it does indeed work. And I can confirm it does not work. Why it does not work, I don't know. I'm going into bug fixing mode. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you on the other side of hell. Okay, guys, I found the problem, I believe, and that was that active effects doesn't actually contain the string speed. Anyway, I fixed that. Okay. Wait, it actually works. I actually have more speed. It needs to run off soon. No, it's not going away. My speed isn't going away. What's going on here? Okay, I'm going back into bug fixing mode. Okay, everyone, this is it, the final test. I'm going into the booster gate. I've got an extra speed. I'm going back in the booster gate. We will wait 5 seconds. We will see if I get any slower. Wait, I feel slower. Yeah, so let's time this, okay? Okay, I'm at a certain time in my recording. We'll walk over here. Okay, that took 1 second. Now, we will go back in and we will do this. So we'll start from here. And that also took 1 second. Am I hallucinating? Am I hallucinating here? Oh well, we've got one more thing to do. And that is to add the speed icon to this. So let's just add a sprite 2D. Let's call it speed icon, speed effect icon. And we'll put it in the top right. I feel like that's a good place. Now we'll set its visibility to false. And then we will go to the UI script. Then we will put it as an onReady. Then we will put it in there. And then in the func ready, we will put it speed effect icon dot visible equals false. And then we will go to the player script. And luckily the UI is a child of the player. So we will get it from here. Oh yeah, I need to actually save the UI changes, don't I? Okay, we will save them. We will save them. Why does it still say I haven't saved them? What? Oh yeah, I need to save the script itself. Yep, okay, that should be the problem's gone. And we will go back here. Speed effect icon. Dot visible equals true. And then we will set it to false here. And that should be the end of our problems. So let's just go here. Okay, it appears, you can see. And now we'll just run around a bit and wait for it to disappear. Yes, okay. It works, it works, it works, it works, it works. And now I made it appear a bit more to the right, as you can see. And I think that's basically it. Now I could add a label for how long it has until it finishes, but I think it would be a bit more fun, you know, if it could just end at any time. A bit of suspense for the game. Not everything can be calculated, you know. And anyway, okay. And that's it for this video, for this very long video. Well, it was fun to talk to the microphone this way and to learn some new stuff. Anyway, enough of the long outro.